It's day 19 of our trip, and it will be our first full day to drive on the Alaskan highway. It was great to see a lot of wildlife along the drive. By the end of the day, we had seen a total of 9 bears, 7 big and 2 small. It seemed that they liked to hang along the highway because they wanted to eat the flowers that were blooming along the road.
Oh, Tio's growling.
You like the bear?
Alright, so we made it to our spot for tonight. Didn't drive as far as we were going to. We were going to drive another hour, but it's Friday night. We were worried places would get crowded. And this looks like a pretty epic spot. Right here on the river. We pulled in forward, but there wasn't enough room to back up. Chuck started, and then it was like going to be too hard and scary. So he said, okay, let me just pull out, and then he backed all the way down through here. So he did a really, really good job. It was kind of nerve-wracking, but Tio likes it. He's been doing good. There's a lot of ants, so we put the rug out and sprayed around it. The Starlink is up. So I think this is going to be a really great spot. Good boy, Tio, chewing on your little antler. The view is just beautiful. The river. And we got our awesome camp spot here. Alaskan Highway is just at the end there, you can see. Out here chewing on his big stick. The flies are trying to eat us. It's annoying. We have to eat dinner inside. Tio's eaten, had some water, played with his stick. Now he's gonna take a little nap, looks like. What day is it? It's Saturday morning. Yeah, not a lot of traffic going down the Alaskan Highway. Of course, it's only 7 o'clock. Tio was up about 4:45. And then 5:15, and then 6 something, so we finally just got up. This is the little driveway to our boondocking spot last night. There were ants out here everywhere yesterday, so it was terrible. Tio was getting like pummeled with ants every time he stopped. He was rolling down in the ground. But this morning they seem to be gone. Our little boondocking spot was really nice. As you can see, it's very skinny here, so when we pulled in, Chuck had to back up to get out of here because we tried turning around. It was just too narrow. But the water's up this morning. You can see how high it's come. There's now a stream through the middle that didn't used to be there. But it's beautiful. Tio's having a good time.
Our plan for today is to reach a boondocking spot that Chuck found on iOverlander last night. Our first stop is going to be at the Double G service station for fuel, and they had some cinnamon buns, so we decided to try one of those. I have to say it was kind of disappointing, and the fuel was very expensive. Once again, the drive today was absolutely stunning, and we saw lots of wildlife. By the end of the day, we would see a mama moose with a baby moose, which I didn't catch on the camera, and we also saw a total of 5 bears, and one was a baby.
Here it is, the world world famous Watson Lake Yukon sign forest. And it's just everybody brings signs and puts here. And it's huge. There's way more signs than I was expecting. Come on. Do I hear the falls? Rancheria Falls. That's what it said. That's a nice little boardwalk.
There's a fish.
What is it?
I just saw it. Here. No, that one's not a fish. There's a fish just in front of that one little road that comes swimming back out this way.
Oh. It was so cool. We saw a beaver yesterday in the river.
Our boondocking spot for the night turned out to be great. Tio was exhausted. We'd all had a great day, and we topped it off by trying a new Canadian dessert. And of course, you can't go wrong with chocolate and custard. It was delicious. Today, we continue our drive along the Alaska Highway. Our first stop is going to be the capital city of Whitehorse.
Flies like old ones.
Bear! Bear!
Hello!
Here, come see the bear.
Oh, he's got a big cat. Okay, so this is a great little shopping center in Whitehorse. We went to Walmart's behind us, bought a bunch of stuff. Went to Canadian Tire, which is next to Walmart, which is like a super cool auto parts store and Walmart combined. And then we came to this M&M food market in the strip center right across the street, or in the same parking lot really, across the parking lot. They have all kinds of frozen foods in there. Chuck heard it was really good, and it's been busy, and now we're at Warehouse Jean Store. We're losing so much weight our jeans are falling off of us, so we're going to see if we can find some new ones.
And we had to try the special food that they had in Canada. It was a creamy Parmesan and bacon quarter pounder, and these Mac Shaker fries that had 4 different seasonings. You would pick your seasoning, put it in a bag, shake it up with your fries, and they were delicious. For dessert, we tried a Canadian dessert bar, and it was really good.
So we're on the Klondike Highway 2 in the Yukon, headed toward Dawson City from Whitehorse, which is the capital of the Yukon. And there's all this purple fireweed on the side of the road. It's just beautiful. Haven't seen a lot of wildlife on this road. We did see 4 black bears this morning before we got to Whitehorse. And that was pretty cool. Oh no, actually one of them was brown. It was 1 brown and 3 black. And Whitehorse was a great stop. We got all kinds of things there. And there are some wildfires apparently on part of this road, but we're hoping it's just off to the valley is what we were told at the gas station, so we should be okay on the road unless something gets out of control.
The forest fire I mentioned earlier was raging out of control. We passed lots of firefighters, and it was really pretty scary. In fact, when we got into town, we saw that the road had been closed down, so we were very lucky to get through. We went around the barricades to get into town, but nobody was leaving.
We made it to our boondocking spot for tonight. It is Sunday night, and it was a little stressful. The place we were going to, we pulled in, somebody was there, so Chuck thought he would just continue down the road, and it turned out there was nowhere to back up for a really long time. And so that was pretty stressful, but he put it in 4x4, did a really great job getting us backed out of there. And then we had passed this spot earlier, which is nice and level. Tio's over here chewing on a bone. He's just been excellent the last few days, other than still getting up pretty early. And the time changed by an hour, so he was getting better. And so he's had a hard time the last few days getting used to that time adjustment. And then tomorrow we're going to have another hour time change. So I'm sure he's going to be getting up like super, super early. But He'll eventually get the hang of it. We've been finding lots of good doggy parks that are off leash to let him run around. And yeah, so we're doing good. We're supposed to meet our friends Mark and Lydia tomorrow. That's all for today. Like I said, we barely got into town through the forest fires. That was a little scary.
We are super excited for today because we finally make it into Alaska. We continue our drive this morning through the Yukon until we reach the town of Dawson City. Dawson City is located on the east bank of the Yukon River at the mouth of the Klondike River. And this is where the discovery of gold happened back in the late 1800s, and it triggered the Klondike Gold Rush. The town became so popular that it was the capital of the Yukon for a long time until it was moved to Whitehorse. Dawson City is a popular tourist attraction due to its gold rush history. Unfortunately, we are not going to have time today to explore any of that. We're just going to drive through to reach the ferry. We'll put our van on the ferry and cross the Yukon River to get to the other side where we will finish our drive into Alaska.
Alright, so we made it to Dawson City. We filled up with fuel and I found this dog park right past the ferry, and the ferry line was pretty short, so hopefully it stays that way while we're here. Alright, go!
Go, Mommy, go!
Oh my gosh, you can't even see back there.
Tio had a great time at the dog park, and we even met up with another dog who was from Switzerland. We made it to the ferry where there was still a very short line, so it was easy to get on. It was a very short ride across the river on the ferry, but the current was super strong and kind of pushing us around. And I should mention that it's also free. Built in 1955, the top of the world highway connects Dawson City to Alaska. It's one of the most northern highways in the world. It gets its name because much of its length is high along the mountain ridge, providing majestic views in all directions. It's 79 miles long and mostly unpaved. The summit is at 4,515 feet.
We just crossed the border back into the U.S. Tio didn't like the ride. It was pretty rough. We're gonna go check out the gift shop. There's a bar here somewhere. Let's see if we can find it here. So we made it down the road to Downtown Chicken. They have a cafe, the saloon, which we're getting a drink, liquor store, and then a mercantile emporium. We have to try to go over there. It's pretty dark in here.
The music inside the bar is pretty loud. I waited until it cleared out before I made our video. How did it get the name Chicken? It came about because they had a lot of ptarmigan, which is now the Alaska state bird. And they were going to name it that, but it's hard to spell, so they decided it looks a lot like a chicken. They even have a music festival in the summers called Chicken Stock.
It's like a lot of whoop-de-doos here. It's just like up and down and up and down. But we're excited to have pavement after all that dirt and gravel. And Chicken, we stopped at Chicken. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. We made it to the Tok Visitor Center. What an adventure. We saw reindeer on the highway. It was like so cool. Okay, so I don't know if the glare is too much on this or not, but we saw a lot about Arctic grayling. There's the king salmon. So we made it to Fast Eddie's restaurant here in Tok, Alaska. This is supposed to be famous for pizza and nachos. So we have a table inside. We ordered a pizza. We got the grizzly one, which is like the meat lovers one, and it's really nice inside. I thought it was going to be I don't know, kind of a hole in the wall, but it's really actually a very nice
Our
place.
pizza at Fast Eddie's turned out to be absolutely delicious. Ended our day not too far away at a boondocking spot we found on Overlander. It was nothing special. I didn't even make a photo. In the next video, we join some friends in their Sprinter van, and together we drive the Dalton Highway to the Arctic Circle and the Attican Pass.